industrial policy of the country is playing a very vital role in industrialization. When industrialization is taking place at a rapid speed, the share market will also widen. The share market contribution to the industrial development will also be a suitable one. Depending upon the proper industrial and commercial policy, the price movement will take place. Industrial regulations, say many countries are having regulation for their industrial activities, and these industrial regulations are considered to be the very important factor for shaping the capital market as well as the price fluctuations. When we introduced this thing that's known as a licensing in India, when we introduced economic planning, the plan oriented socialistic part of society had a licensing system. We have to get license for starting any industries in the country. Many industries are in the licensing list, and with the getting new license was considered to be a very big problem. That's why the industrial expansion was also restricted. In the case of India, defense industries, key industries, basic industries, and many capital goods industries were in the hands of the public sector industries. Private individuals were not given licenses. Under these circumstances, the rate of growth of industry in India was also slower. The expansion of the share market was also considered to be a minimum, and the price movement was also more or less we had a stable and steady without any fluctuations, and this was not inducive. This was not conducive for proper investment in the share market as well as in the case of industrialization. 1991, we have accepted the policy of liberalization, privatization, and globalization. When we adopted this thing, we were keeping the defense industries in the licensing categories, other industries were delicensed. Delicensing was considered to be a major step in industrialization of India after 1991. When delicensing was practiced, many private entrepreneurs started investing, started industries, the industries which were under the licensing category. When new industries were started in the joint stock enterprises, the capital market was also widened. Once upon a time, the Indian share market in the Bombay Sensex was nearly 3,000. It never went up to 3,000. This is a century old. The stock exchange of India was having the limit to the extent of 3,000, and the expand that is the price movement was also with a small range. We had the price movement upward as well as the direct downward price movement. In addition to the delicensing, we introduced the concept of privatization. Say, in the early stages of industrialization of this country after independence, we had public sector enterprises. Government was considered the sole proprietor of many public sector industries, especially heavy and basic industries. When government was considered to be the owner of the public sector enterprises, private were not allowed to have the shares. And we adopted the policy of nationalization. The nationalization of banks, private banks, made it that banking industry was also in the hands of the government. After adopting the principle of new economic policy in 1991, the privatization principle was introduced. Most of the public sector industries were delicensed, that is, public sector enterprises shares were sold to the public. 26% of the shares of the SOE public sector industries were sold to the private parties. The Navaratna public sector enterprises, which are making a reasonable profit to the government of India, was also disinvested. 26% of the shares were disinvested. Now, individual can also have this thing that's known as private sector, public sector industry shares, public sector industries, bank shares, and also the insurance company shares. When we are having this thing that is known as the activities of the share market have widened, and the number of people are having an aptitude to invest in the banking sector, the public sector banking shares, as well as the new generation retail banks, in addition to the new industries which are started by the um, private individuals. In addition to that, we had the thing that is known as the foreign direct investment, was a concept that was introduced in 1991. Number of leading entrepreneurs in search of profitable activities, they came to India and they started their industries, or they started the branch of their industrial activities in India. Since India happened to be a growing economy with the growth of with the growth of GDP as well as the per capita income. In addition to that, Indian industry, the industrial cost was considered a cheaper one. Since the labor cost is cheaper, when the labor cost is cheaper, cost of production of the product is comparatively cheaper. Most of the Western entrepreneurs, they started industries in India. This has taken place in the case of automobile industries. The leading automobile industries have come to India and they have started their activities. Now India is a major producer of passenger cars as well as the light commercial vehicles. When we are having this thing, the expansion in the industrial activities increase the shares, and the volume of shares have also increased enormously. And when the increase in the national income as well as the per capita income, people had surplus in their hands in the form of saving. This saving came to this thing that's known as the share market. And in addition to that, we permitted these mutual funds. We allowed, the Indian government has allowed the foreign institutional investors, and all these things have contributed for a buying pressure in Indian share market. When buying pressure is existing in Indian share market, prices started moving in the upward direction. When the Indian share market is not a profitable one, the foreign institutional investors as well as the mutual funds, they used to sell their shares. When they are selling their shares, the price will come down to a lower level. This is the way in which the thing that is known as the industrial regulation and industrial policy is helped. In addition to that, number of concessions and subsidies were given to some selective industries. For example, in the 1991, when we have started this new economic policy, the software industries were given concession. Say tax holiday was announced for this thing, software industries. Concession was given in the importing of these spares. In addition to that, the subsidy was also given to some industries like the power industries. When concessions and subsidies were given to the industrial activities, industrialization will commence at a rapid speed. Due to this rapid industrialization, the share market activities or capital market activities will also be increasing. That will make an upward movement as well as the downward movement in the price of the shares. Capital market policy, in addition to this thing, we have to introduce this capital market policy also. Number of regulations were introduced. New institutions, previously we were not having any controlled activities. Now we are having this thing that is SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. In addition to this Security Exchange Board of India, number of regulations are introduced in India to make Indian share market, Indian capital market to the international level. Previously we had the script, the paper form of this thing, marketable law. All these things are converted into dematerialization of shares. When dematerialization of shares and online trading are introduced in India, Indian share market has become part and parcel of the global market. Number of foreign institutional investors are coming to India and they are investing their money in anticipation of making profit. When online trading has commenced, foreign institutional investors are very much interested in investing their money in Indian share market because India is a preferred nation. It is a favored nation by number of advanced companies because investment in Indian share market is capable of increasing